I think it's what we were just last talking about, investing in the development of the next generation or current generation in terms of their job readiness, in terms of basic skills and those technical skills, so that we will have the workforce that we need to build the infrastructure that we need here and for this community to thrive. Because we're all going to benefit. We may have the best companies, we may have the ample supply. People may be beating at our doors to get what to work for us.
Right.
But those other services that we need, whether it be healthcare that we need to make sure that we have enough nurses and all of the other ancillary healthcare professionals, food service, so that when we go out to eat, that we are served properly and they're the right options are available and the employees know the proper things to do, and we're not waiting an hour because they're short in the kitchen or the lines are long for anything. So we all benefit from the quality of life here if we have the right workforce and we're training our young people to take advantage of those things, and they're able to live well and earn well, and all of these are interrelated. So we don't live in isolation in a bubble. We benefit from everyone thriving in this community. So.
Our Workforce Now program at the Chamber is in partnership with all the local schools in the 5 localities to do several things. We will be doing an expo in October called Discovery Days, where folks will set up booths and so forth showing plumbing or whatever it may be, not the more academic route, but job opportunities that are hands-on. And the schools are going to be busing in kids from every school system to have exposure to what those career paths can be in the Fredericksburg region. We also partner with them to do job interviews, mock interviews every year. I've done that. I don't know if you guys have participated before when we do it. It's pretty cool to sit down with like a 11th or 12th grader and act like you're interviewing them to come work with you, and then give them real feedback about how they show up. It really helps them for when they go out there. So there's a whole lot going on. We have to get the word out more about those partnerships so people are aware of what opportunities there are.
Do you think we'll ever get to the point where we'll share resources and maybe have a regional center for vocational education?
We've been talking about that. We've had that conversation, at least brought it up to some of our delegates and senators and so forth. We'd like to have a regional career and technical center, and their ears perk up. Some people like the sound of it. You know, it's definitely something people are talking about.
Right. Good. And even middle schools. In some ways, I think we're less prepared than we were when we were in the dark ages. At least I was. I mean, for instance, we had an LPN school that prepared high school students could take 1 year of nursing school through the hospital, and then take 1 more year, and then they have their LPN. We don't have that now, especially in the city. But there's lots of careers like that, and we as a healthcare system are working to develop some things to better prepare students and working in conjunction, like I said, with not only the colleges but also the high schools, and retraining some people. I mean, we have a large percentage of people coming out of the military, and some of those are very well disciplined. They would make great employees. They're mature. They're of the generation that will stay somewhere for 20 years. So why not train those persons? And in fact, the military actually provides benefits for you as you are transitioning out of the military to even be retrained in some things. So we just need to take advantage of those resources and work even in conjunction with the military bases to see who's, some of these people come here. Once you come here, you get hooked on it, and so these people want to live here. So why not grab some of those folks too and train them?
I would say Germanna does a really good job with workforce development, our community college in the region. The Chamber has an excellent workforce liaison opportunity for workforce. I think it's more of exposure. Just like my colleague Dan just said here, young folks and Xavier, young folks coming out of high school just may not be aware not only of the options, but also of the income potential. For example, I am in real estate. Real estate does not take a 4-year college degree to obtain a real estate license. Being a property manager, I work with vendors all of the time. And when you look at the dynamics of the plumber, the electrician, the roofer, these are all viable careers that people make a comfortable living wage and can support their families. Yes, we're all college advocates of for 4-year college being a very viable path to long-term stability. But I will agree that sometimes we just don't talk enough about other options that may not take a 4-year opportunity, whether it's the phlebotomist at the hospital or the pharmacy tech or the plumber or the real estate agent. These are all very important parts of our society and our community. And I think all of us may need to do a bit better job letting younger people know that these are viable options that can provide a living wage for their families.